Make everything disappear. Keep playing my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaching sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Listening to me crime. To get a little lost in everybody's business. Why don't we all calm down? Why don't we all calm down?
Welcome to Motivational Monday. What we're going to talk about today, we're actually going to talk about the law of attraction, because I'm not convinced that we actually talk about it enough, and it's become an old way with me now. I've been here 10 years this year online talking about law of attraction, and it's got to the stage of like, okay, we're going deeper, we know this stuff, and sometimes you need reminding of the basics, don't you think? So for example, did any of you see that film, Dare to Dream? It's on Netflix and it's based on The Secret. And they go so basic, so basic. You and I know this stuff inside out by now. But there's 100% no harm in revisiting the stuff that we think we already know. Have I decided that this is a good idea to talk about this with you today? So this week, I had a little reminder of something. And I've had a couple of people send me some awesome stuff, like some awesome material, guided meditation, visualizations, podcasts and things like that. And I've realised there are these people around me who've been around me for years or a year, one of them, hello you know who you are. And they are so precious at reminding me of this stuff. Now, let me tell you something, we haven't all got all the answers. We haven't. Let me sit down. So why do we sometimes find law of attraction tricky? Let's get back to basics. Let's talk about that and let me shout about something exciting that you might not even know about. The law of attraction is something that is amazing if you can get out of your own human way. And as human beings, we let things come in and we're like, oh my God, I've got this negative thought. What am I supposed to do about it? I'm not going to manifest this. I can't get that. I'm not going to live my dream life. We flipping well can, but you just need to get out of the way a little bit sometimes, and it's not always as straightforward and not always as easy as you'd like it to be. You need a reminder. I will be doing something in June this year. June the 11th, or was it June the 30th? June the 30th, 2011, I started this YouTube channel, and it's now called A Lusher Life, and my brand online is A Lusher Life because it seems to tell you what we're all about. Like, we're talking about the lusher life, the better life, the better feeling. Do you know what I mean? So what do I mean by the better feeling? What I mean is that when you start off on the law of attraction journey, something takes you there, something makes you think, oh, okay, life isn't what I thought it was, so therefore it can be like this. Or you may have grown up. I mean, there are people now that grow up having have known the law of attraction all the time, and my children are certainly a demonstration to that, because when I discovered this, they were like 8 or 9 years old. So they've been brought up to believe that there are good things that can happen and you can manifest great stuff. Now, let me tell you something from personal experience. I had a little squirmy moment yesterday when a very big bill came in and I thought, crikey, that was a whole lot more than I thought it was going to be. And by bedtime, I'd done the sums and I'd manifested it. And we are talking not just a couple of quid, we're talking thousands of pounds. And it is flipping magic. But sometimes these things get in your way, and that's what this channel is about. It's not about me saying to you, okay, do this affirmation and therefore it falls in your lap. This is more about the stumbling blocks, the little bits that get in your way, all the stuff that might have gone slightly wrong. And I love that because I think that's really, really real. And I tell you what, I don't shout about it enough, because one, I think, oh, am I qualified to even say that? Not imposter syndrome wise, just, you know, who is? If you're 20 years old, you might be thinking, I'm too young to tell somebody about life coaching. I've had some great successes with life coaching, and I've been running that business now for 10 years. And it's wonderful when I can see a change in somebody's life from them believing something that's here, and then they make their life so much greater and better and live a better quality of life. Because let me tell you something, it's not all about working. And this week I have been all about work, and it's not served me at all well. And I think there could be little things like that where somebody's just of a mindset of lack. I've got to earn this money, I've got to work and do nothing else but work because otherwise I'm going to end up in this situation. That isn't how it works, and you need to clear those thoughts and get rid of those thoughts and take yourself into a place of thinking, I know this is all going to be good, but in the meantime I'm going to live an amazing life and I'm going to have some incredible journeys. And even if it's just stopping and going and smelling the flowers on the walk, you know what I mean? Let me tell you something. Yesterday I was in that place. I needed to stop and take a moment, and I was freezing cold because I just had a little jacket and it was so cold, but I loved it, and I pushed the reset button, and it was half an hour out of my day that you otherwise might think, too busy, can't do that. Don't get me wrong, I got in, there was dinner to cook, there was other things to do, and it was slightly stressful, but taking that moment, realising this is your life, this is your journey, it is what you make it. It isn't all about work, it isn't all about the negative stuff, it isn't all bad. Life can be so amazing. And next week in the video I'm going to tell you my journey of how I discovered the law of attraction, because it was like a wake-up call for me. It was like a moment of epiphany, it was like a rebirth, it was like a whole new thing. And what brought me to this YouTube channel was one lady that I watched and I thought, she looks balmy, she looks batty as a fruitcake, and I thought, but so what? She's doing what she thinks is the right thing to do. She's owning it. She's loving her life. And I don't know where she is now. I don't think she's on YouTube anymore. But I watched her and I thought, if she can do it, why can't I? And why can't I? And look at this channel now. We've got over 1,100,000 views on this channel. And that means that that's potentially those amount of lives changed because of something I might have said that they might have found inspirational, or something that they might have thought, I could apply that in my life and that's going to make this better for me. And I absolutely love that. That feels like a bit of a mission. Now, let me tell you a secret. I can't remember when, several years ago now, I started a podcast called Autoimmune Diet and Me. And it was about eating the autoimmune protocol diet and healing the gut, the manifestations of symptoms. And I'm on this crusade now, as you probably know through my research, of the gut-brain connection. If you're happy, your gut functions better, and if your gut functions better, the whole of your health is going to be better, and that's also going to impact your health in your brain again, and it's a whole circle. So by being happy and by living an amazing life and having as little stress as possible, you can make yourself better. Now, I will stand by that statement, I really will, but obviously when I can talk about it a bit more in depth, and I'll tell you about my research project, then you will know, oh my God, this woman knows what she's talking about, and her research stacks up those statements. It's amazing, I love it. But that isn't new news. Alongside the Autoimmune Diet and Me, I also started out a podcast, which initially was going to be about my writer's journey, my journey as a writer. And it started out, I wanted to talk about my romance novel, which, oh my goodness, you know, I've left this romance novel in Amazon on the shelf and not really done anything with it. And I've got that to add to, and I'm gonna just play with that because that's fun. To me, that's fun. But my actual work is non-fiction. My work of writing is non-fiction. And coupled with this YouTube, I was just like, it all fits better if I talk about the Lusher Life and the brand. So my podcast now, the Lusher Life brand, is a little bit in need of some TLC. And I've been motivated by a bit of a long story, won't tell you why, but I've been motivated to give that a whole lot more shebang. And you may be listening to this on the podcast, you may be watching it on YouTube, but let me tell you something. I want you to go check it out, subscribe to it, look at the show notes. There's some bits and bobs in there that you might find of interest. And it's time to start yelling about this podcast, because there's so many nuggets there that you can make a walk that's boring, or a drive where you're stuck in traffic. You can listen and improve your life just purely by doing it. And I'm not the only person to do it, of course I'm not. But if you're someone that's followed me a long time, you might like that. So go and check that out, because I really want to help you improve your life the way that I've improved mine. And don't get me wrong, I'm always going to be real about it, and I'm always going to say to you, I have a long way to go. I do have a long way to go. And there's certain areas that I have got off pat, and like that I can make it happen, like I did yesterday. But still, I woke up this morning with a little funny edge because I've got a pain in my back, and there's something in here which is hurting here, and that all needs brain and heart, in case you listen to the podcast, brain and heart, and it needs sorting out. And I'm on a journey with that. And I think the most real gurus, if you want to call them that, although I don't consider myself a guru, but those gurus are the people that say sometimes this isn't easy, sometimes it's hard, and we make mistakes, and you know, you don't want to lose certain elements of yourself, because that is what makes you you. So if you're somebody that's going to have a stressful day and freak out at the end of it, go, oh my God, and throw a few things around, then check yourself back in and go like, hang on a minute, take a deep breath, calm yourself, sort this out. That is just you. That's your personality. That's who you are. And there's nothing wrong in that. But what you've got to bear in mind is that sometimes when you're in that negative flow, you could stay there a little bit longer than you need to. And that's where the Lusher Life comes in. It's not about the perfect life. It's not called the perfect life or the most amazing life that anybody could dream of in the entire world. It's about a Lusher Life, going from here to up a bit, you know, up higher. So I hope that's helped you on this Monday. As always, chat to me in the comments because I'm very active down there. Leave the thumbs up, and if you hit the notifications bell, if you haven't already, it will let you know when I upload next. And I'm going to really try and do some more, but oh my God, work is just crazy right now, and I've got to find that new balance because there's some new things going on which I'll share with you really soon. On the podcast, it's going to be changing slightly. I used to do 2 halves of the podcast on both Autoimmune Diet and Me and Lusher Life, and it was a lot about what you can do and how you can improve life, and then the second half was about some real personal stories I didn't share anywhere else on the internet. I'm going to stop those because I'm shy, so I'm going to stop those, and if you want to hear those, go back in time and do it. God knows what I said and when and whatnot, but yeah, have a little listen, and I hope it helps. We will be doing some guided meditation on the Lusher Life podcast as well, because I think they're amazing. And that's that from me for now. I hope you have an amazing week. It is springtime in the UK, beautiful weather today, but very cold. And I hope it's lovely where you are, and you are gonna have just the best time this week. I can feel it coming. I'll see you later. Bye for now.